This engage was game-changing engage. That was crazy. Into a cask, yeah. Both FNATIC carries are one-shotted at the start of the fight. I feel like the biggest grief of this game was the Yone pick. I don't know. I feel like both comps are good, but the Yone pick just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Can't you just pick a better champ? I don't know if this Yone pick is supposed to counter Gragas or something in lane, but I just think that if you just pick a frontliner here, I don't know what kind of frontliner you can pick. Even Ornn, which I just witnessed last game. Or Sion could be good. I don't know, actually. Those probably struggle into Gragas. What could beat Gragas? GP. GP would be fine too. Yeah, GP would be really good. GP sucks into Olaf, but I think GP is probably the best pick here. Volibear is good. Volibear is also not that great, I think, because they have Syndra Gragas Rel, and you're playing a champ that just runs at you in a straight line. So I think GP is better, actually. Yeah, GP into Jhin Syndra is probably really annoying when the enemy team has Alistar. I think GP is best pick, I must say. Okay, both junglers know where each other started, in a way, because of the wards and bot leashed. So they know Jankos is not starting bot side because of the red side ward, and Selfmade got a leash. So both teams know where each other are starting. I guess Yone does win the early stages of this lane phase, but I think that the frontliner would have been better. But then again, Olaf Rel, it's so broken. I don't know, G2's draft's really good. But Jhin is so good against champs with no frontline. Yeah, Jankos does... I think Jankos didn't actually intend to do this. I think he just saw top wave now and realized that top should die because you have Gragas level 2. So it's actually smart pathing from Jankos. Because the thing is, you have to understand the way that Bwipo's brain is thinking here. He's like, oh... Jankos is not on red, so he must have started top side. That means Olaf is pathing down. So Bwipo wards for an early level 2 gank or something, or early level 3 gank, which he is suspecting a little bit, but he's kind of like, yeah, he's probably pathing down towards bot. I'm actually fine here, maybe I can crash this wave. And my jungle's pathing up. But it's at this point he realizes, yeah, he fucked up. Maybe, is there a world where he could get out? Not really. He could try and Q towards this direction and flash, but I think no matter what he's dead because Olaf has ghost. Yeah. I mean, maybe if they have TP, he could have lived longer. I don't know, I feel like he's griefing a bit then, actually. Here, he could just flash upwards, maybe, towards Selfmade, or like flash here and then Q. I don't know, to get towards Selfmade, because Olaf doesn't have flash, but his flash doesn't do anything against Olaf. Like, Olaf has Ghost, and runs at him in a straight line, you see. So I think maybe Bwipo could have flashed more towards his jungle, or more towards bot side river, instead of just sandwiching himself in between two members. Syndra is also way more broken level 3 than a level 2 Azir, so no matter what happens with this TP, they're gonna lose the fight. Selfmates was clearing camps in his late, because he didn't expect to play. Yeah, there's no way. I don't even think Niski should TP. Like, what's the point in TPing? I think it's the play is over, you're level 2 Azir. You don't even have E, he just has W, auto, and Qs. Caps trades onto him a bit here, and then Yone TP's back on top of him. Is Caps flash here? Doesn't, right? Yeah, he's fine. Cool, so the problem here is Caps got chunked out and TP top, and he has no potions left. And midwave's pushing into him, so Caps gets mega fucked from this play. Especially when he helps get Crab for his jungle, because he knows if he goes mid, he's not going to be able to help out in this fight, and Selfmade can probably just fuck with him a bit, because Bwipo's moving down too. So just helping him get the Crab is really, really good. So Caps has basically helped his top jungle so much now, but he's a bit fucked, so I think Jankos comes and pushes this out by the looks of it. Drops a Q. He loses Raptors for it. Selfmade played pretty good around this. Just drops the Crab straight away. Doesn't even want to try and fight the 2v1. Sprints to his Raptors and calls bot lane to move. So good decision from Selfmade to call his bot lane. Yeah, because if Hylissang was not here, for example. Imagine Hylissang's not here and Mickey's collapsing, then this Selfmade's in trouble. So calling your lanes when you're invading is really, really important, I think. So good idea by Selfmade there. Yeah, Hylissang is griefing it a bit here. Not sure what he's trying to do. Yeah, he's trying to clear the ward, but I guess he thought he was safe. But he sees enemy jungle and support and mid. I think he's just being a bit cocky here. He just has to pre-flash the knock. But yeah, he doesn't, so he saved his flash, which is good, I guess. Saving flash on Alistar is fine, but yeah, he shouldn't have been there in the first place, because now Selfmade loses double Crab. Caps is down so much. Yeah, Caps is really fucked from this play. Look at his HP. He's level 3. Just at level 4. I mean, look what Caps does the whole game. Like, the last 3 minutes, he TP's top to defend the top play, because the Zero's TPing. Helps his jungler get Crab. Runs through mid to stop Selfmade from being able to... stops Hylissang from being able to keep this ward in their jungle, to kill the ward. So he keeps vision for his team. Yes, he gets an assist for this, but then his mid wave's still fucked, because he's chasing this as well to try and help his jungler out even more. And then by the time he gets to mid, his wave is still pushing into his ear. So he's down so much XP and so much farm. But by the time Nisqy pushes in the wave, he's 2 levels down, levels up to 4. But no matter what, he's a level down in this lane. Look at Caps. He's sacrificed his whole lane phase to get his jungle ahead. And his top ahead. And his support in a way as well, I guess. But yeah, he's a bit fucked. He needs to call for his team now, right? So that's how the game works. So if I help you, you help me in a way. So he needs some kind of help. Because he's basing on a really bad wave again. If Nisqy just pulls the wave and bases here, yeah. So Nisqy pulled the wave and he's basing. So now Caps has to stay. So now Nisqy probably has to stay. Okay, looks like Nisqy's basing. Because he thinks Caps doesn't have the mana to push it out. I think that's a mistake from Nisqy. I think he should have stayed. This 2v2 sucks. For G2. I think Hylissang's mega tanky. With Aftershock. Normally Alistar's play Phase Rush, but I think into Rel Aftershock makes a lot of sense. Because there's no point in running away. Because if Rel combos your AD carry, you're either cancelling his combo and you're fighting, or you're comboing the enemy AD. But top lane's winning now. Bot lane, yes, they died 2v2, but they're low-key winning. Because they have to push. Then they swap, because Kalista... This is the thing, right? I think Wunder knew he can't get Dove here 2v2. And Caps has TP as well, so there's lots of comps here. I think most top laners here would back off. But he has lots of wave clear. He has his Q, he has his ult, he has E. To cancel Alistar combo if he plays it perfectly. And they have to use the Kalista ult to pull Alistar out of tower range to keep him alive. And Wunder has flash too, so like he has a lot to just sit under the tower. If this was the other way around, right, and Bwipo was on G2 here, for example, being the Yone, there's no way he can sit on the tower. He's getting Dove 2v1. Even if Caps TPs, he's probably dead before Caps arrives. But Wunder can just chill under the tower. Nisqy's way too late to the play. They know where self-mid is. Okay, maybe he's flipping it a bit because he doesn't know where self-mid is. Like if self-mid came here, maybe Wunder dies quite quickly. But yeah, it didn't happen in the end. Look at how tanky he is. And then he has to use the Kalista ult to save Hylissang here. But because he does that, he auto-attacks at the same time, so he gets tower aggro. And then he has to throw him back in range, otherwise it's a failed play. And then he gets another tower shot. Nisqy TP's in. I think Nisqy has to commit here. Actually, no. Caps is TPing, so he can't commit. I already tried to commit, actually. Never mind. So FNATIC don't know about the lane swap until around now. They should know. I think Selfmade needs to run bot. Selfmade should be sprinting down here right now. Sprinting all the way to bot. Which is what he does, but then he turns around for some reason. Maybe he thinks he's too late to bot. But Selfmade needs to get the bot right now. If he's around here, maybe they can be slow on the dive and just wait. Selfmade's late no matter what this bot play, but they just have to play slow. But I mean, if they play slow, then Wunder will just clear the whole wave, so... Yeah, I just have to go for the dive. Sucks. Because if they don't dive here, and Wunder can clear the whole wave, and then G2 pops Herald top, the game's over. They will lose a whole top tier 1, swap back, and all they'll get is 1 bot plating. The game's over. So I can see why FNATIC went for this play, even though it looks really int. It has logic behind it, but just, yeah, the execution sucks. Either Selfmade needs to be there earlier, or Nisqy needs to be there earlier. Or Bwipo, does he have TP? No, he doesn't have TP. If Bwipo had TP, maybe he could TP on the wave, but he doesn't have it, so... Yeah, it sucks, the stacked wave. I mean, maybe they could have slow pushed the wave more. I think Upset should not push this wave instantly. I know it sucks a lot, but and it's a really small thing a really hard thing to see. But if you just let this wave stack up even more, then maybe Selfmade could get there in time. Bwipo would have TP up, Nisqy can roam faster. But I think because he fast pushes the wave, you can see him jumping on the minimap, so he's fast pushing the wave. That it's a failed play. I think he should have stacked it. And then maybe Selfmade and Nisqy could get there in time for just a 4-man clean dive, get out. But yeah, not very clean. Wunder gets a double. Yeah, look at Yone. Yone can't play. He can't stand on the tower. It's not like the other way around where he can try and outplay on the tower and Nisqy can TP. No, there's no chance that Yone is one-shot. Okay, now what G2 do is they swap back because FNATIC swap lane, so Wunder can do the exact same thing, but even more tanky now. And Drake is spawning bot side, so... just keeping tempo on the map, making sure that Wunder can keep matching this bot lane. Because FNATIC's bot lane can't do anything into Wunder. They actually can't do shit. They can't dive him, they can't hit the tower. All they can do is roam around. So it's super good for G2, and Drake is spawning, right? So if Reckless and Mickey match Bwipo, then they push him in and get full vision bot side and start Drake whenever they want. So how does FNATIC have to react? Well, Bwipo has to just drop bot waves. Fast push as many as he can, run towards mid, maybe look for a play, run top. He has to swap the lanes. Upset has to base and run bot, so... FNATIC have to use so much time running around the map just to get the lanes right again, because G2 is moving around the map so well. And the Drake spawning, but they're going to be way too late to this Drake. G2 can just push in, start the Drake. Selfmade knows he can't walk into bot side because he has no vision. Like, there's 0 red side vision on bot side. They have like 1 pink here, 1 ward here from when the bot lane was there. But yeah, it just sucks for FNATIC. There's no real way they can do anything against this, because even G2 still have Herald, so... Bwipo TP'd bot. Okay, so if G2 have Bwipo's TP timer. The second Bwipo TP's bot, Wunder insta bases and said, yeah, go swap. I mean, the reason FNATIC want to do this all in is because they're stacking a wave, right? They're stacking a wave, and their jungle mid are on the way. So they probably think that Olaf might Herald mid, because they just spotted him here, right? So FNATIC comms are, oh, Olaf's around mid. They probably want to Herald mid. Maybe their idea is, let's go for a 4-man bot. And the only reason Hylissang does this is so that they can chunk them out. Or like force Reckless's flash, so when the mid jungle come down, the dive's a lot easier. Which makes sense, but yeah, deep advantage in the bot side sucks a lot. I think FNATIC don't end up losing too much in this play, which is kind of surprising. Because Alistar is just flashing in no sums, you're 3v2ing. Jungle's on the way, yes. Upset flashes this, and then the barrel doesn't actually knock him into Wunder. Knocks him to the side, which is unlucky. And then he couldn't burst the Q because Hylissang knocks him up, so that was kind of unlucky for Wunder. He couldn't get his abilities off, and now Upset's alive, dodging every bullet. Fucking James Bond. And he kills Mickey, so he's living for way too long. Eventually he dies, I think. But yeah. It looks bad for G2, even though they lost 2 members. I think Jankos kills Hilly here, right? So it's a 2-for-2 in bot side, but Cap's got a full mid tower with Herald, so it's just G2 winning out on the map because they're playing through 2 lanes instead of 1. Yes, Bwipo gets top platings, but this Yone is not going to carry the game. And now you're 3k gold up. 2 dragons up. Yes, FNATIC own the whole bot side of the map, so it's a bit annoying for G2. So yeah, FNATIC have something going for them, but like, this Yone can't lane. Look, even against Gragas. Look where Yone is standing on the minimap. He's scared of jungle just killing him. This Yone can't farm anything. He can't actually contest anything on the map. So he's standing at his tier 2 almost, farming Krugs. G2 do a smart play here. What they do is cap spaces at the same time as Jankos, and their mid jungle is really, really strong. And they realize that their bot lane can't lane. So Wunder pushes out top and runs mid. And then Caps runs from base to bot because there's no waves on the map, right? This top wave doesn't matter. And Wunder can catch this, and then they want to help out their bot lane. So Jankos and Caps just run bot from base just to retake bot side control. And that means that Wunder can just push this and run back top. Or he can push this and join his team and look for a 5-man dive because Bwipo has no TP, right? So Wunder wants to defend his top tier 1. I think giving this Yone free XP and gold is just useless. Yes, Wunder could run down here. But I think 4-man are already winning, so it's much better to just go 1v1. Look, he just stomps him. And just keep control of the whole map rather than just dropping 1 lane and giving FNATIC some kind of win condition or giving Yone away back in the game. And then they move their bot lane from bot to top. Oh, it's so crazy good how they play. There's always one person in between. Like Olaf is like Jankos is escorting the bot lane to mid. Wunder was helping the wave in mid so that they could go towards bot. It's like, it's so sick to see. I don't know. Their map movement this game was insane. And they're not losing anything for this. Maybe they'll lose bot tier 1, but it doesn't even matter. I mean, FNATIC do the correct response, right? But the thing is, G2 are having numbers advantage on 2 lanes every single time they're playing on 2 lanes. Like, 1 lane is pushed in and they have numbers advantage on another lane, or it's the other way around. So yeah, the FNATIC can only play on 1 lane. Upset pushes in bot. They try to get bot side vision. I don't know if that's miscommunication there, what Hylissang's doing, but he's trying to look for Caps. G2 collapsing. They have to evacuate the dance floor. Break in 20 seconds as well. Wunder's already moving towards mid again. It's another 5v4. Bwipo has TP, so he could join the fight. This is where Mickey X completely smurfs it. So Bwipo does TP. But yeah, this engage was game-changing engage. That was crazy. Into a cask, yeah. Both FNATIC carries are one-shotted at the start of the fight. Upset and Niski are dead in the first 1 second of the fight. And it's surprising to me that Bwipo, because Bwipo actually gets a 4-man ultimate here, look. Okay, 3-man. Olaf was unstoppable and Caps managed to dodge away with phase rush. They actually killed 2 members, which is interesting. It actually turned out into a 2-for-3. It's a 2-for-3 when both of FNATIC's carries die at the start of the fight. Like in the first second of the fight. Both dead. And everyone on G2 is full HP. It's a 3v5. And Selfmade in a stopwatch and Hylissang's already uses combo. Crazy. Actually 2 of them died there. But yeah, they get 3rd dragon. And yeah, that engage was fucking disgusting actually. They get Drake, so another Infernal Soul point. And then G2 just play the map good again. Only objective on the map is bot tier 1. Let's put Wunder top because he has TP. And then just make sure that they can retake bot side control here. So G2 push in mid, they move bot. Jankos is behind Caps. Caps is going to push bot wave. 4-man bot side. FNATIC have to give it up. Maybe they can cross map and look for something top. Yeah, Bwipo goes in, dies, one shot. This is what shadowing is. Jankos sits behind Caps. That's called shadowing. Knows that Bwipo might look for an all-in, so he just sits behind him. Wait to see what happens. He also has the Herald that he could just pop to get this bot tier 1. But the Yone E's, so he chills. Yone goes in, one shot. Good pick. They're keeping, notice how they keep mid push, right? Their bot lane's moving all the time to make sure they're always ready for a fight, but they're also keeping the mid wave pushed in. So what can FNATIC do? Again, they're playing on 2 lanes. G2 just holding 2 lanes non-stop in the whole game. FNATIC always, you saw it earlier with Kalista, she got bot tier 1, now they're getting top tier 1. They're only getting like minuscule things compared to what G2 are getting because they control 2 lanes in this game. So that's just really nice to see. And then Jankos moves from bot back to mid to make sure they can keep the mid wave pushed in, or they can at least contest it. So they're always playing on 2 lanes or on even lanes. In this case, it's even, but they have heralds, so they get tier 2. So it's not even. So then they base together. Bot lane comes back on the map again, controls the whole map. Caps has TP coming up soon. Wonder has TP, so they just push in. Now what does FNATIC do? They have 0 vision on the whole map. Top lane's pushing, bot lane's pushing. Try and contest mid wave. I guess that's what FNATIC thinks. It's like, we lost control of the whole game. Drake's in 50 seconds. We have 0 vision on the whole map. Hillesang has 3 wards. We have pinks. Every single one of us has pinks. We need to get vision somewhere. Let's contest 1 wave together. And then if we can push this, then we can walk into river. Which is actually the correct play. This is correct. Walk up, push them into their tier 1, and then walk into river together. Now we can control the Drake and actually start a fight. The problem is, this way is pushing in, this way is pushing in. And as they progress, G2 just chill, because Drake's still up in 38 seconds. They can chill. Caps pushes in bot, moves mid. Wunder's already taking mid wave. So now FNATIC realize, okay, well, there's 30 seconds until Drake. 30 seconds of us losing farm on top, bot and mid, so their gold numbers are bleeding because G2 pushed in waves. So they realize, like, guys, we're going to be down like 1 or 2k gold if we drop all these waves, like 10 levels down. This is a waste of time. Let's go back. We got some vision. Yeah, you got a pink, you got a ward, you got a couple wards here. It's something. Let's try and just contest the next mid wave here that's coming out of base. And maybe we can push them back a bit. Maybe we can contest it, because otherwise they're going to lose their tier 2, and then G2 can collapse on them, and then FNATIC's going to be so far down in farm already. So yeah, they push it in. It's good, but now they have to retake it again. And it's really, really hard to face check, especially with these 3 champs. You can't face check anything with Wunder in front of you. Wunder does clutch it a bit. The Everfrost from Cap seals the deal. Means Snitsky can't move. And then the fight's just over, isn't it? What does FNATIC have? Yeah, Bwipo gets caps, but if your Yone can go 1 for 1, that's good, but your carries just can't fight, because they have nothing in front of them. There's no front line. No one can step up. G2 get mid tier 3. They get Infernal Soul. And then Jankos gets collapsed on. And this is where the game... I mean, the game's already over. Even if Jankos dies here to either Nisqy or Bwipo, it doesn't change anything. But the fact that both of them die just means that, yeah, guys, just fucking FF. It's a bit open. Wunder TP's behind them. I was actually, when in the cast, I thought Wunder was going to TP already. Because Wunder was having TP on, and I saw it. And then he bought an item, and it was Thorn Mail. I remember looking at this. I was like, shit, does he have TP? It doesn't show me. I want to see if he has TP, because otherwise he could just TP here right now, you know? When Yone does E, I think Wunder could TP. Or even now, he could TP when Azir W E's in. But I guess he was just wanting to save it, or he thought maybe he would win anyway. I'm not sure. Maybe he thought it was a waste, because... But then he TPs eventually, so... I thought he was going to TP on the wave to help out Jankos, but... Yeah, South mid dies. GG. Game's kind of over. They just go Baron. And they have Baron, Infernal Soul, 9-0 Olaf. They go 1-3-1 to push out both sides, you see. So Caps goes top with TP up almost. Wunder goes bot to push it out. Yes, he doesn't have TP, but his team can just play safe. They have a lot of vision to work with. Jankos shadowing Caps again. Same thing you saw before. It's oinking behind Caps in case Bwipo tries to cheese him or any kind of engage comes through. Jankos can always be there. And Mickey's always ready to hover around. The Reckless can get there pretty fast, so... I mean, FNATIC could have looked for like some kind of 5-man play here, because they know Wunder doesn't have TP. It's your only shot, I think. Like right here, maybe you could just go 5-man towards top and try to engage with like Alistar slash comboing onto Caps with no flash. But yeah, it's so hard to like see these things when the game is in such a horror state. Yeah, one shot. Yeah. There was really no way for FNATIC to come back. Wunder's not even in the fight, and they're 5-man dead. I mean, Reckless and Wunder weren't in the fight. It's a 5v3. Wibbo's dead, so I guess it's a 4v3. But yeah, Infernal Soul, GG. Crazy game. Well, it's crazy in certain ways. They should have last picked GP. In my head, that top matchup sounds good. Or at least fine for GP. Maybe you get poked out a bit if it's Comet Gragas, it's a bit annoying. But then he's... yeah, then I think 1 item, 2 item, you just ult the Syndra and Jhin in fights. Maybe it helps you a lot. Overall, did Fnatic play well? Don't think he played very well. They played very well. They misplayed the team fight around Drake. They were late on lane swaps when it came to the Herald. I think Whippo was disrespecting a bit on the level 3, but well, he didn't disrespect, I guess he just didn't expect it. I mean, the TP from Niski level 2 was not that great. Yeah, I mean, the only good things Fnatic had were like good bot lane 2v2s. This dive was just terribly set up. You're fast pushing the wave when your jungle's on your tier 2. Your mid hasn't cleared mid wave yet. So by the time you're making the wave crash, your mid's moving. You're already way out of sync. You need to stack the wave more, I think. Then maybe they can do something. Yeah, I think the biggest mistakes Fnatic made this game were, one, Whippo getting cheese ganked, I guess, or trying to crash a wave when Jankos like went for that gank. That's a big mistake, especially when you're playing Yone and you're a carry and your jungle's pathing top. You die to that, it sucks. Second biggest mistake was the dive on bot, where they just stacked the wave incorrectly. Fast pushing wave when your jungle and mid aren't even close. And then the third mistake, I think, which kind of sealed the deal for the game, was the dragon fight. Because even though they're down 2.5, 2.7k gold, it's still winnable. Like, you saw this fight, both of their carries are dead in the first 2 seconds, but they still got 2 kills. Imagine upset Niski here, or like, if any world the fight was different, then maybe I think Fnatic could have won that fight, and the game would be a lot closer. But those 3 mistakes kind of, or not mistakes, G2 obviously played super well around it. But those 3 things are what lost Fnatic the game, I think.